Okay, I'm crying. Why did my electric toothbrush decide to fall into the cat toilet while charging? This is probably a really strong start for this video. Because just imagine, you can throw the whole, head brush away, right? But even the rest of this toothbrush, you would want to wash and scrub for hours before using it again, even though it doesn't technically go in your mouth, but still. So annoying. And it's even more annoying when you didn't buy new, toothbrush heads yet, because you decided that, well, I just put this one on, right? I still have some time before I need to buy new ones. Am I making this situation worse in my head? Probably, but anyways. Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. Today's our first time on Mildly Infuriating, and just based on this first post or my reaction to it, I can tell why, because the situation itself is already infuriating, but I decide to make it worse in my head. But anyways, that's what we're here for today, I guess. So yeah, but you know the deal. Before we continue, y'all gotta get hydrated. So grab some water, or some tea, whatever else you like to drink, and then we'll continue. Are you hydrated? Good. Let's go. Dad refuses to turn on the heat in winter. Heat setting is to 52 degrees Fahrenheit and it's 54 degrees Fahrenheit inside, which is 12.2 degrees Celsius. Because I'm from Europe, we use Celsius, and I was initially very confused. I know Fahrenheit is always way higher, but I was well, this is not meaning anything. To me, I don't know how cold that is, but 12 degrees inside is definitely too cold, because this room that I'm sleeping in gets sometimes around 16 or 17 degrees at night, because the insulation is absolutely amazing. And that's already not nice, right? It's not great, but 12? Are you kidding me? I can understand wanting to save energy and, trying to keep your heating costs as low as possible, but this is not the way to do it. This person bought a strawberry banana blend, because it'd be great for smoothies, right? Only it's just strawberries. I don't know what would annoy me more, if someone staged this and went through the effort to pick out all the bananas, or if this actually happened. I feel like you bought this because you wanted both, right? But still, I think I would be more mad if it's just frozen bananas versus frozen strawberries. I think I would prefer this over just frozen bananas, but that's... I know it always says, the ratio can vary, right? So you can't sue them if they're 2/3 strawberries, but can you... I mean, probably not gonna bother over one bag of strawberries, right? But could you technically sue them for selling you a banana strawberry mix and it doesn't contain a single piece of banana? Because I feel like you could if you really wanted to. But then you don't really have proof that you didn't pick out a few pieces of banana. My school, renowned for its art program, just posted an AI photo on Insta instead of having someone design one. Stay warm, stay golden. Why? Literally, if you have any kind of art program in your school, why wouldn't you? Either just go to the art teacher to see if they maybe have photos on pictures at hand from the students, and then ask the students if it's okay, or give the art teacher, have the art teacher give the students, a design challenge or art challenge or whatever. Why would you? Why? This is just... it's so stupid. It's so stupid. I don't care what kind of art program you're running, but you just ignored them completely. So, we have high beams in the back now. Everyone that ended up behind him had to drive on the shoulder to be able to see. Is this freaking legal? It was 6:30 a.m. This is so stupid. Like, already, like, the headlights from the cars that are driving in the opposite direction are already freaking blinding. Okay, I have sensory issues. I'm probably more sensitive to it. But they're already way too freaking bright. We do not need to be screamed at by the car in front of us who decided that they would have like lights shining towards the back. For why? You don't need to see anything that much to the back. Unless you're parking, you don't need to see behind you. You need to see the cars behind you maybe, you know, but they have their lights on. Why did you decide to do this? And at least in Germany, it definitely would not be legal. You know, there are a lot of regulations in Germany, which people are probably well aware of, and so this would not be legal. And this is one of the instances where I'm like, I'm glad this isn't allowed, you know, because why? How do we explain to a cat that they now get less food due to greedy corporations implementing shrinkflation? Because 50 degrees decrease in pouch size of Felix that used to be 12 packages with 100 gram, and now it's 12 packages with 85 gram. Why? Like, I know why companies do this, but really why? Why did you decide? Because we all know that the cost you're saving by having like a little bit less food in these packages isn't going to anything useful, like paying your like workers fairer wages, or you know, like improving anything for all your employees. No, you probably just did this for greediness and will pass it off as, oh yeah, rising costs. Like, of course costs rise and you need to make more money in turn, but you cannot tell me that that's where all this money you're gonna save is going. You cannot tell me that. I got myself a ham and pineapple pizza, only for there to be no pineapple on it. You can say what you want about pineapple on pizza, but if someone wants to eat pineapple on pizza and buys a pizza with pineapple on it, they should get pineapple on their pizza. You don't have to like it. You don't have to eat it if you think it's gross. But this person wanted to eat it. They didn't want to eat it because of the ham. I feel like people in this instant would be less mad if there was like no ham on it, right? Like, that would also be infuriating, but I feel like no pineapple is more infuriating. Showing a house in the polar vortex. It looks like we can see it in the spring market. Because really, what are you gonna do in that instance? Like, you can't plug in a hairdryer. Like, if you're going to see a house and you just like get the code to get like the key out of this box or something, you're not gonna like have a hairdryer to plug in that. Even if you have like a power outlet on the outside of the house, you can like plug it in and stand there for like 15 minutes to get this key out. What are you gonna do? Really, what are you gonna do about this? Like, you can't get this key out of it. You can try to like warm it enough with your hands, you know, and like take turns so y'all's hands don't freeze off, but what the hell, this is so annoying. And also designed very poorly for a house in any kind of polar situation. There shouldn't be water in this box to begin with that can freeze. Even if you're not somewhere where it will freeze, there probably shouldn't be water in this box. So something went really wrong with the design of this thing, probably. Crocodile nutrition facts. Crocs have no nutritional value because they're not edible and are made of foam-like material. Eating non-food items can be harmful to your health. Thanks, AI, you are not helping at all. Really. Like, I saw this post of someone being like, well, I don't want smart devices. Like, if I get a smart fridge or something, I'm gonna find a way to lobotomize it. Can we lobotomize Google? Not to turn off the actual Google function, but to turn off this absolutely useless AI feature. Like, I'm pretty sure you can probably turn it off, but lobotomize it. Just lobotomize it. Like, you're not even answering the question that was being asked. You're just spouting random nonsense. Like, you're not wrong. You shouldn't eat non-food material, but you did not answer any kind of question that was being asked in that moment. When your ex has nothing to say yet contacts you anyways. My ex-bank I left a few years ago sent me a letter with nothing in it. Literally an empty sheet. The feeling's mutual, but I at least keep it to myself. This is so stupid. This is such a waste of paper. Why did you do this? Like, I'm pretty sure it was a mistake, right? It was probably supposed to be an actual letter, but how did you manage to print something with no content on it whatsoever? Like, the only thing it had was the address. Like, how did your system go this wrong that it managed to have like the whole address field, but nothing else? What the hell happened? Like, I think I would kind of find it funny, but it's still, like, what happened? That's so weird. I'd like to print this document. Yup. It's black and white. Yup. And since it's black and white, you don't need colors to print it. That makes sense to me. Then print it. No, I need magenta. Seriously, if the magenta is empty, don't. You know, listen, it's never just like a simple, oh, magenta's empty, do you just want to print it in black and white that you can press yes on and then it just prints it? It's never that simple, because then it would also like be okay. But printers, I feel like, you know, like I said, the dude wanted to lobotomize his fridge if he ever got a smart fridge. I feel like someone actually did that to all printers. But only partially. Because sometimes they work. And then they're just like, no, I don't have paper in that tray. Then use a different tray. You're not supposed to use that tray. You're supposed to use tray 2. Why are you not using tray 2? No, because I want to print this from this other tray that is empty. Why? Why are printers like this? This rack of pants at Uniqlo has shorter leg sizes on the top shelf. The shortest size is on the top shelf, out of reach, and longest size is on the bottom shelf. Being a short person isn't bad enough, we also have to jump to get a pair of jeans that fit. I feel like whoever decided to stack these shelves originally and who decided to put like the stickers on which size goes where did not think for 2 seconds. Like, I know y'all probably don't get paid enough to do your job, but please at least take like 2 seconds to think and maybe decide that maybe shorter leg should go on the bottom so people with short legs who need these pants can actually reach them. How do you just do your job without thinking at all? It surprises me. Like, I think it looks neater, I guess, in a way, if you have like the numbers going from like lower to higher. I kinda get that. But still, think for 2 seconds. Who needs the pants with the short legs? Is it short people who struggle reaching high shelves? How my partner discards eggshells and then he just puts it back in the fridge. Not to be irrational or anything, but do you just want to break up with them? Because seriously, what the hell? Like, what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? Like, this just makes it worse. The only time I put empty eggshells back in the eggshell carton is when I'm using the last like 2, 3, 4, whatever amount of eggs in that carton. Then I put the eggshells back while like cracking the other eggs open. And then I take all the eggshells out and put them in one trash, and then the carton goes in another trash. why would you do this? Because then when you're trying to throw it all away in the end, when they're all empty, the eggshells that you put in first are probably going to be like completely stuck and basically like glued to the carton, and then it's just harder to throw away. Why would you do this? Made a chicken dinner and wanted a bit of seasoning. The salt grinder said, no, you need more. I'm so sorry. Like, from the chicken and the potatoes and everything, you might be able to like shake it off, right? Like you just like put it on your fork or grab it with your hand, like shake it off and put it on another plate or something. But are these onions? I'm not entirely sure what the white stuff on the right is. You know, the one besides the mountain of salt. That is gonna be really hard to get the salt out of. You might just have to give up on it. You know, especially if it's like kind of wet and just like has the salt stuck to it. You're gonna have like a mountain of salt on that. I'm so sorry. You just wanted to salt your dinner? I'm so sorry. This car took up 4 spaces. I pulled into the other side of this car and realized he had pulled in far enough to make those 2 spaces in front also unusable. I would ask the rhetorical question, what is this person thinking? But I suppose the answer is they are not. I knew this person once, like an ex-coworker of mine who said that I needed to learn to park like an asshole so other people wouldn't damage my car, so they wouldn't like park next to them. You know, so I kind of feel like this is what this person was thinking. Is, oh, I have a new car, I don't want anyone to damage it, so I'm just gonna take up more space than I need so no one will park next to me and accidentally slam their door into my car. It is still an entirely stupid reason to park like this. Like, taking up 2 spaces, basically, is already a dickhead move, especially if you're somewhere where it's really full. If the whole parking space is empty, I will also not correct if I pull in and I realize I'm blocking like 2 spaces. I will not correct it if the whole parking lot is empty, basically. But if it's like during the day, what are you doing? Do a better job parking, come on. I just finished my 9,999 piece puzzle. Honestly, the first time I looked at this, it took me a while. It's somewhere down at the bottom. It's missing a piece. And if you're someone who got this puzzle because it looked really nice and you wanted to like put the finished product on your wall or something, I am so sorry. Like, if you just use this because you like puzzling and you just like are going to put it back in the box, you might not bother like sending this to like the company, because some companies will probably maybe send you a piece if they're nice. They might just think you lost it and that it's your own fault and not send you one, right? But I'm so sorry if you wanted to put this on your wall. Getting off overtime to come home to this. Got home at 4:30 this morning from working overtime. 2 spots left and this asshole does this. Only other option is parking all the way down from my unit or parking on the whole other side of the complex and walking. Unfortunately for them, I'm petty AF and I scooted my ass right in and left a note saying if they had a problem, they could knock on my door and explain their dumbass parking job to my face. Seriously, what is it with people and parking? Like, I get it, they probably also were just like stressed and wanted to go home quickly. But unless you were kind of in a whole bathroom emergency, that's no excuse. Literally, it's just no excuse. Like, if you're in any kind of emergency, sure, run in, take care of that, and then, like, go back outside and repark your car. What are you doing? Because you've been parked here all night. Why? Why did you decide to do this? Waking up to drive to work in Chicago. You know, I would be even more mad. Like, in our company, we have the option to do home office, right? And if I were to, like, walk out and see this, I would text my supervisor that I'm gonna stay in home office. I would literally just send them a picture on WhatsApp and just be like, y'all, I'm not coming today, and they would be like, yeah, no, of course you're not, like, stay where you are. But you know that some bosses are just gonna be like, well, no, you can just like walk or take public transit or something. I expect to be here, like, I expect you to be here on time. Like, no. You know some bosses are gonna be like that, and that probably makes me more mad than this. But also, if you just cannot work in home office and have to go to work, I am so sorry. To deactivate your X account, be sure to click on the blank area to the left of the word deactivate. The word itself does nothing. Listen, as funny as this is to theory, and this is also literally the first time I ever actually heard someone call it X versus still saying Twitter. But besides the point, like, as funny as like also the video clip is of this website where like the unfollow button or something, which is like moving away from your mouse, as funny as that is in theory, it is such a dickhead move to do. It's just a dickhead move to do. And I'm really glad this person shared it, because I know some people will not figure it out in that moment because they're just like mad and angry it's not working, right? Or they think, well, maybe it's not working right now, I'll come back to it, and then they just don't or forget about it, and then, you know, like, I'm glad you shared it, because some people will not have thought about it in that moment. CNN's website seems to be available only to paid subscribers. Keep reading with this CNN subscription. You're out of free articles. Get unlimited access for less than $1 a week. I opened 10 articles not marked as just for subscribers, and this came up. Did I miss a memo? Really, you only get to read like 8 articles, 9 articles, 5 articles? You get to read articles that are marked free, but only if it's not more than like whatever a day. That is, I hope it is literally like per day or per week. Per week would be even more infuriating, really. Like, again, why? Some things, well, people will say, oh, it's so radical, but some things should not necessarily be a paid service, you know? Because just no. And I feel like news and information should be part of the things that shouldn't be hid behind a paywall, but apparently these people disagree, so there you go, read the other 8 articles, I guess. Anyways, I'm gonna get a headache again if I keep being mad at these people, so I guess I'm gonna end it here, because just, I'm not as mad as I thought I would be, but I'm still kind of mad, so I think for the sake of my mental health, I'm gonna end it here. Yeah, I'm gonna go drink my coffee before it gets warm, because I made iced coffee, but at least I made iced coffee, because warm coffee would definitely be cold now. I hope you're staying hydrated too. If not, maybe go drink something now, and I'll be back in a few days with my next video, which hopefully will be less frustrating.